Hi guys, welcome back to another Mercury Retrograde forecast and projections. This will be the last retrograde that will happen in 2021. So this will happen September 27th, 2021 under the waning Gibson. They were highlighting the waning Gibson actually in Friday's daily tarot cards, funny enough. It will be under the zodiac sign Gemini. So we duality, some people are not too fond of Gemini characteristics. They feel like because the Jekyll and Hyde, I personally do enjoy Geminis, but I feel like it's just your experiences. You can't just chop up people to their zodiac sign as an excuse. It's obviously their characteristics of who they are and how they carry themselves in the world. So, I feel like they're saying emotional. Funny enough, the full moon was under Pisces, but we have Gemini, I guess, because the duality with it, because the highs and the lows. Um, from what I was told by Spirit, this is only what I've been told. Honestly, I was just watching a forecast for my zodiac sign, and they happened to say certain things, but most impacted is what Spirit has told me is Scorpio, Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, Aries, Aquarius, and Leo. But Leo will be the least affected. This will transpire from September 27th to October 17th. And we do have Chiron in the sky. Chiron is affecting our cardinal sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn. So it looks like you guys are going to be doing, because they are talking about relationships taking an impact here. So the moon in Gemini manifests itself by the need of change and spontaneity. Safety lies in thinking about your feelings and sharing them with others. So the fact that they're highlighting that, I guess this is like your twin flame or a long standing relationship of two. Um, I feel like this is where it's like we're purging stuff from the relationship. I guess this is like kind of like, revealing all, telling our truth, or just putting this stuff to like, just leaving this stuff in 2021, or just leaving this stuff in Mercury retrograde and moving forward. You can be more talkative and speaking with ease these days. You may have a better ability to keep a cool head, but be aware. Cold heart can discourage others. Harmony of thinking and feeling is important. So, organs that will be highly sensitive is our shoulders, arms, hands, respiratory systems. I feel like because of the changing, I'm just speaking from where we are in North America and Canada, the changing of the season. So, it's like the warmer days we're having, which is a blessing, a warmer fall. So it's like, the spraying at night because of the cooler nights of all of the allergens. I feel like that's why they're highlighting respiratory. I'm getting sneezing, inflamed lungs. So be mindful of that. Bronchular tubes, lungs, nervous connections of a set of sensor and motor skills. Um, change system. They're talking about blood here. So change system. I wonder if that's like dialysis. I'm wondering. So you can have surgery on this day. So that's a first because usually we're told no, but they are saying absolutely if you need it, go right for it. So the positive traits of our lovely Gemini: adjusting naturally, easily adjust to any surroundings, excellent communication skills, tactful, high energy, zest for life. I feel like it's just being able to find reasons to be positive. I feel like I think everybody should have that trait. Even in the darkest of our times, it's like there is a reason, to still have a smile on your face, to still be happy. So this is where a lot of people do not like Geminis, is the double faced. Known to have two sides to their personality: indecisive, absolutely hates taking decisions, um, and they are generally not very good at it. Overall anxious, judgmental. I feel like the double sided, but I feel like you could get that in any sign. So it's just like, take it with a grain of salt. So, so we're going to go into our oracle. So we got Ken Tui. So March, so very temperance, balance, finding that balance. I feel like they're saying like regaining your confidence. I guess maybe you've been together a long time, so you're mutual attraction. Yeah. So I feel like you're just finding what you guys fell in love with each other again. So you can move forward. Funny enough, it's like 31. So it's just like, if you think of the tarot deck, 0 is the Fool and 1 is the Magician. And I feel like this is where they're saying you have all the tools to weave magic, because you used all these tools turn into this wand, and it's following our intuition. I feel like that's what they're saying. It's like, get back into that magic, get back into the intuition. Why did you guys fall in love with each other in the first place? Why are you guys together for this long? What makes this work? All the positive traits. Yeah, there's been ups and downs, but that's life. And I feel like that's where we gain that experience in life. That's where we gain our swords, our wands, our cups, our pentacles, and how we move forward. Like, you're a powerhouse. So it's just like, remember that. Like, when we are going through those, ebbs in life, it's remembering those positive things that we love about each other and still finding a reason to smile at each other. So again, mutual attraction. The attraction of opposites is a powerful and formidable force, especially that of the mutable attraction of being beginning stages. So like that hot and heavy stage where it's just like you can't keep your hands off each other. That first time you hold hands, and just that like kind of shyness, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, you're both scared to make the first move, and it's just like, that's like a tango. It's like a song and dance. It's like, just don't play games with each other. Don't push them away because you're like, oh, I want them to really long for me. It's like, no, go for it. In response to the magic attraction between two people, the masculine principle, the creative and outgoing, the seize the intentive, and then submit to the feminine, the reproductive and nurturing. When the asserter is able to defer to the receptive, and when the receptive accepts responsibility and exercises to its quiet leadership. So one is taking over, one is bracing the face. They're showing someone, holding someone's face as they kiss them, like very romantic, so like, you know what I mean? Like, just giving them that first tender kiss, but they're holding their face. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I'm a helpless romantic. I can't help it. Um, an electric and profitable union is the result. This bringing in good fortune, and all success depends upon the effects of mutual attraction is some form of another. Consistently important in matter of mutable attraction is that this what separates our courtship from mere seduction. And I definitely feel like, you know what I mean, like sitting there and not, you know, I don't like the word they're using. Excuse my language, banging it out on the first go. And it's just like, because it's like when you hold out, it's just like you're building up anticipation. It means that much more, right? Because like it's just like, you're with the good stuff, you're with the foreplay, and it's just like, you're just like, okay, as badly as I want to do this, I'm going to hold back, because it's just like, you know what? Let's get to know each other some more. So they're showing like 6 to 8 weeks. I know for some that's a long time, especially because they're showing like, someone in their 30s. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's, wow. It's just like that attraction. You can feel the energy. If you are the initiator by nature, it is good to make the first move, but you must remain sensitive and highly principled to avoid the temptation to be at all manipulative. I feel like this is where it's just like doing this because they like you. I feel like, because I always say that, don't sit there and manipulate people. Don't sit there and lead people on, like, because you don't want that juju coming back to you. Let the power of mutual attraction pull you along. If you are in the receptive one, keep open mind, open, innocent, and free of pride, so that you may remain open to good advice or helpful assistance. When your influence arises from innocence, a powerful magnetic force is at work for you. Either way, remain open to the forces of attraction bringing good fortune, and closing yourself off to them shuts down the soul. Learn to yield to the tugs and pulls of the heart. And I feel like maybe you've closed yourself off because you've been hurt, or you've been through a loss or a separation, and it's just like you're so afraid of that again. But it's just like, as long as you're healed and you don't bleed that over to the next relationship and don't punish them for what has happened in the past, it's like this is a brand new chapter. Your hands are cleaned of the last situation. This doesn't, what happened before should not affect what's happening now. You cannot punish people for someone else's actions. You have to sit there and have an open and pure heart, clean slate. This is a brand new chapter. If you cannot do that, then you're not ready to move forward, because you're just going to end up hurting someone. So we're gonna go to some oracle card. Well, they're channel cards, but most of them are oracle cards. So self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. And I feel like this is, coming into a new season. We're definitely, it's the autumn equinox, and we're in definitely a new season. I love that they're talking about some sort of connection. I think that's beautiful. So we have inner wisdom, and this is a major message, Athena. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. So we get this without delay. It looks behind her is like the moon, like a full moon here, or it could be her wings. Nope, the full moon is right by the owl. I didn't see that. So there's the moon there. It looks like mother of pearl. Very beautiful. Major message. So we have this beautiful cornucopia coming to us. It does look like the shofar that we use during the high holidays here. So prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receive. So I feel like a lot of this is being open. Be open to inner knowledge. Be open to inner self-love. Be open to abundance, prosperity, safety, security. I definitely feel like this is opening yourself up more. Do not miss spirits' offerings, when they come to you. So I love the sacred space because we have all these candles around. This is definitely what September was highlighting with the high holidays. So create an altar to visit a power place to connect with the divine. And I definitely feel like, making our home our sanctuary, where they were talking about purgings, feng shui, bringing that positive energy into the home. So I definitely, this is candle burning season, bringing in that warmth, bringing in that light into your home, making it a welcoming, comfortable place to be, sacred space, for you and your family, your loved ones, your friends. So I definitely feel like, they're bang on here. And I feel like, it just brings like a different ambiance to the home when you have candles burning and that beautiful scent in the air. So we had 1212 when I was filming. So symbolizes your spiritual awakening in life, and a great sign that you're on your way towards your luck for love. So they have been mentioning this. So if you have been single for a bit, I feel like this is like the tables have turned. You've done all the healing that you needed to do. I feel like if you've been manifesting this is what they're bringing in for you. Spiritual meaning, love, numerology, even biblical aspects. Your angel number plays and gives so much guidance. And I feel like, if this is what you've been praying for, I feel like this is a positive confirmation of that. So we're going to go into our channel messages. So negative impact on close relationships of two couples, twin flame, purging the old to make way for the new. So it looks like if you were not, like, Mercury retrograde is about always bringing, like, going in reverse, bringing back in our loved ones. So it looks like if you and your, twin flame here have been not on the same page of things, it's like you're on the same page, and maybe this is the time that you have another go around, and maybe that this time things work out. They were talking about a volcano in Cairo, not done with people yet, and they were actually, I was looking this up, and I'm like, well, what volcano is in Cairo, and they were showing, but they're actually talking about earthquakes, and it happened on September 21st, and they're saying that there's still aftershocks. So I'm wondering if, I'm not sure if the volcano has anything to do with this, but, just something that a positive confirmation, there is something going on. There are aftershocks still going on here. They go into Joe Biden fighting with the press on hot topics, not himself. This is where he feels like he's running warm. He thinks it's allergies or the weather change. but it's actually a heart attack event. With my dad and with my husband, they were both taking NyQuil because they thought they were falling sick, but it was actually, you know, who knew though? You know what I mean? Unless you have major signs of like what people look out for, it's just like it ends up being a heart attack event. They mentioned this before. More of our wildlife going extinct, and they were talking about the right whale. They're showing July 2028. They're talking about a bright light in the sky, like the Star of David. Um, and it's from what I can't see like the shape of the star. It just looks like a bright light to me. It's over California. They're saying aliens. But they're saying it's a simulation, so it's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear about. They're like a paper. They're like what do you call that? Paper scratch. Like what do you call that? When you get cut by paper cut. Paper cut is the better word. I think there was a little bit more there. Hold on. So Spirit is saying things are getting better as we move forward. Cost of living will go down. Easier to buy a home. First-time home owners mortgage for youth. Young families, low income. They're saying COVID dying down will pick up again in August, September of 2022, and it's going to start being a trend in young people forgetting their masks, and with the older generations, especially in the elderly homes, not listening, and they're talking about like sexual interactions with each other, and this is where mumps is going to make some sort of, I guess, comeback or something like that. They're showing like a swollen neck. They're showing cold sores around the mouth, so it looks like it's very much like, like they call it a kissing disease, like, you know what I mean? But they're showing a swollen throat. So they're showing like teachers wiping down the desks and everything like that. They're saying COVID will be gone in 2028, and they're just like, wow. Then they're showing like, obviously you take this with a grain of salt. Alien population increasing to those who believe will live among us in peace for a time being. And then they talk about the movie by John Carpenter, They Live. So it looks like, I don't know, like Facebook came out with these sunglasses where you could film yourself from like, POV. So it's just like, are you be able to see people, like, who the difference between a human and an extraterrestrial would be with these sunglasses? I don't know. But they were showing with the sunglasses, and it made me think of the movie They Live. Shane loved that movie, and he's a huge fan of John Carpenter. But it looks like it's like dealing with like the AI technologies, like artificial intelligence. So I don't know if that's what the whole, they're gonna look like humans. I'm not sure, but that's what they were showing me. So we're going to get into our cards now. So we have the arts, and I love that they're playing, instruments. Love the lotus flower in the water. They were talking about emotions, water. Express your thoughts, creative activities. Sitting there, maybe this is like, they were talking about love, and they're serenading you with a beautiful song. So we have be strong. I love the lion. So Leo, they were saying that Leo would be affected the least. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So like a lot of the times, we don't see our way forward, and Spirit is like, there is a way forward. You have no idea what is in store for you after this. Wow, we were talking about the right whales, and here's the whales here. And look at the purple hue. I love it. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. So maybe you're worrying about that, like what you will have as you move forward. And I feel like this is a pause. I feel like it's like lavender. You know what I mean? And lavender helps you sleep. So I feel like maybe that's something that keeps you up. And remember, we had prosperity in the earlier card. So I feel like this is a positive confirmation of that. And the fact that they were bringing up right whales, saying they were going to go extinct. So I want, there's two positive confirmations there, even though they weren't really speaking in a positive way. I guess they're saying like with the boats, if we limit the boats, but who knows what they're going to do there. So we have home. So we're highlighting home a lot here. Sacred space. Your household situation is improving, either through the move, through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. It looks like, she's making a hearty bowl of stew. Like, I love the fact that, through a move or healthier change in occupants. So maybe there's someone that makes the home life not bearable here. But I feel like I feel like talking about the home and low income, like people being able to buy a home, I feel like Habitat for Humanity has really been a big voice for that. Home for all, like, and we're definitely going through a homeless crisis. And there's a gentleman in Nova Scotia that's actually building um, these, I can't remember, I think it's like 900 square feet for people to live in. And that way it's like, everybody has a home. There's no homeless. So I love the fact that they keep highlighting home around these cards. Bodies of water. Funny enough, with our oracle, the one of them was water. So spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or ocean, to recharge your battery. So definitely, if you can't get near that, have a bath and put some Epsom salts in there and recharge your body. Recharge your batteries. They were talking about that in the cards that I think it was the full moon that you're running on battery acid, that you need to recharge your body. So we have easy does it. I love the dove, like, kind of comforting you. I feel like maybe giving you a hug. Maybe this is, you're going through something and this is the universe's way of saying, like, I've got your back. Like, we are embracing you. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in its perfect timing. So maybe if you're kind of worrying, like, it's not happening as quickly as you thought, and the universe is like, don't worry, I got you. Maybe you're wondering about a timeline or something. They're like, don't worry. Don't even worry about it. Easy does it. So going along with what Spirit is talking about, like with the home and not rushing things, like we have the Six of Wands, so riding out on our high horse, Victor wearing the wreath, so I definitely feel like this is a positive confirmation of the positivity that they're talking about here, that, I feel like with the horse, the purity of the situation, and I feel like that's why they're saying easy does it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we see your petitions, we've heard your petitions, and here we come. So an air of self-confidence arrives in your day. With the six glorious wands, you're riding out of a situation placed on your high horse. This is a card about public recognition, a higher status symbol, or recognition for a victory well earned. You clearly have the upper hand in this situation. If it has not come to a closure yet, know that it soon will, and you will be the victor wearing the wreath. So it's just like, we're like, how come it hasn't come to fruition? It's because there's a lot of outside entities that we're not in control of right now. And you know what I'm talking about, especially cough cough. It's like, we know who's in charge of that, who's in control of that. And it's just like, we're doing the best we can. So I feel like they're saying, just patient, easy does it, just stay calm, stay cool. It'll work out. So we have our Queen of Wands here. If you look on behind our throne there, we do have the two lions. So this could be highlighting our fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. We have the sunflowers, which symbolizes success. She's sitting on our throne. The black hat highlighting our intuition, highlighting our psychic abilities. She's holding the beautiful wand. So this could be a new beginning in this, or just how that you are sitting, or how you're seen by people in your world, in your life. So the Queen of Wands is dramatic, confident, has a flair that sparkles passion in any situation she counters. If she represents you in a reading, then this is how you are being perceived by the world or by someone in your world. You are seen as confident, passionate, kind, and a little bit intuitive. You fear nothing as you go out into the world, and it shows in your success. When representing someone else in a reading, the Queen of Wands is an older woman that will come to you in a time of need and take care of all matters to ensure peace and bliss to return to your domain. So I definitely feel like they're, the sacred space. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like this person will come in. Maybe this is like a good idea with, like, they are showing candles here, but, before we have to, our windows get closed up, and before we can't open, like, certain windows anymore because of the cold, it's like airing out the house. And, wait till Mercury retrograde is done, or like a new moon, and sit there and open all the windows, sage, sage, sage. Hopefully you can get some wildflowers in there and burn those as well, and just bring in that beautiful scent into the home, but also clearing out, opening the windows to clear out all the negative energy, And then lighting your candles to bring that beautiful ambiance, those beautiful smells into the home, and just clearing the air before everything gets locked up. So they were talking about, like, this upcoming approach of this, like, opposites attract, and we have the King of Cups, the ultimate uh masculine energy here, that of love. So the King of Cups is romantic. This is a provider. This is, our water signs: Pisces, Scorpio. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting one. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, I believe. Yes, Cancer. And it's like, sitting there saying that this is, your cup will not runneth over. He will always constantly give from his cup. When the King of Cups arrives, the message is a very positive one of love. Someone may enter your day with a big cup and a lot of love and support you. It could be an older male, or it could be one of the water signs. There is a generous and loving spirit in play when you see this card. And this card brings the promise that the love that you're looking for is around you. It may be someone that you're not expecting. And that's exactly what retrograde in a positive way is. If, maybe there's someone from the past that you wanted to be with, but he was with someone, and you were with someone, or, like, he was with someone, you were single, and then he was single and you were with someone. So it's like, this is the opportunity, this window opening for you two to be together. Or it may be a family member that will make an appearance in your day. This is not short-lived love, but one that fills and completes you, even if it's not a romantic love. And I feel like it's just like, if you're having a cruddy day and this is like a son or a daughter, this is usually going by masculine energy, but we both have masculine and feminine. So this is someone that will always sit there and make sure everyone is good in the room. Everyone is good going around. And it's just like, how can I sit there and make them happy? And that makes them happy, that the people around them that are happy. So very giving individual. So we have the Ten of Wands. So if you've been really having to go with things, like, yes, we do have things that we pick up every day in life, the hustle and bustle in life, but I feel like it's like Spirit's way of saying, let those 10, wands drop and just enjoy life, Canada has the upcoming of Thanksgiving. So it's just like, let that all fall to the wayside. Just drop them all and just enjoy this time. Let your hair down, have a drink, enjoy your company of a family and friends, Tens are always endings in the tarot. So I feel like if there's extra things going on, a lot of us are getting ready for, the changing of the seasons with the fall equinox. So it's like, okay, the plants are starting to, die out for the summer flowers. So, like, let's get the pots empty and start putting those away, cutting the grass not as often, but making sure it still looks nice, and getting ready. Maybe you're planting seeds or something like that, preparing for the winter months. The Ten of Wands is a card of being overburdened or overwhelmed in life. Sometimes some things that we all experience on a regular basis. Most of these burdens we have chosen to pick up, and many of them are practical in nature. How am I going to get everything done in 24 hours? This is the feeling of the tarot. So someone that I was reading for earlier, I was like, you know what? Just concentrate on the fact that you're going to bed right now. And when you wake up, you get you and your family ready and you start your day. I'm like, that's all you got to worry about now. Don't overwhelm yourself. If you are feeling the anxiety, just say, you know what? That's all I'm going to concentrate on right now. Sometimes we really got to simplify life when we're going through it. And it's just like, that's all I'm going to concentrate on right now. Everything else, when it comes in my path, then I'll deal with it. But as the 10 in the tarot, this card is about the journey coming to an end and the cycle finishing in the time being. Some of these burdens can be emotional if we have hurt someone or are carrying guilt over the responsibility. The Ten of Wands may appear to us. The message of the card, whether these burdens have been chosen by you or have come upon you, it is to keep on keeping on. The end of the road is near. The Sun, so that's the most positive card, successful card you could get. We got something sort of that with the Six of Wands. So, riding on our high horse. And I feel like they're saying, I feel like this is just like, dealing like, the kids have been when we head to the Canadian Thanksgiving, the kids will be in school for a little over a month. So it's just like a nice little retreat, a nice little break for them. Give them the little break there, some time off so they can like recharge their bodies and recharge their minds and get to family and hang out with maybe some people they haven't seen in a while because of cough. And it's just like, charging into what's important, and that's family at the end of the day. And the sun is waiting to shine on you when you reach it. So I feel like, it's upcoming approach of just letting things fall to the wayside, especially like, it's like, get up, repeat until Saturday. You know what I mean? And then probably a lot of families on Saturday is like go grocery shopping, food prep. So Sunday is probably the only day they get to sleep in. And then it's like, half the day is like, gone because we slept in. But then the rest of the day is like getting ready for the next week. So it's like, you don't even have, you can't even skip a beat. So I feel like, having a holiday come up is a nice way of just to unplug and remember what's important and keep going forward. So they are highlighting the waning crescent and to the full moon. So they are highlighting a cycle here. So as I film this, we're in the waning Gibson. So I'm just going to check my moon calendar here and we're going to figure this out. Just one second. So this is going to start on September 30th. This actually was touched in the full moon forecast quite a bit, the waning crescent. So we're going to head into the beginning of October, but we're going right all the way to the full moon. So this is something like, if your cup of love is not being filled, do I stay or do I go? Do I move on to greener pastures, So maybe this where this change comes in, but I feel like this is spirit, with earlier messages. I feel like spirit is reminding you of what you fell in love with in the first place. Don't be so easily to pull the plug on this relationship. So we continue on through October. And the new moon will be on the October 6th, but we go to the full moon of October 20th, which will be in Aries. And our retrograde will be over, but you can have what they call hangover from Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks. So it's October 17th it ends, right? Yes. So there, it'll be over for 4 days, but you could have a hangover from this. But this is where it's like, are you in your head with retrograde? And it's like, questioning, do I stay or do I go? Do I continue fighting for this relationship? Maybe it's a job. It may not necessarily be a relationship, but they do talk, if someone's not hearing your knockings of love, like your gestures of love, so it does say, do I stay or do I go on to greener pastures here? If you see the Eight of Cups appear in your day, there is a sense of loss or abandonment. You may feel like someone is pulling away from you on key issues or doesn't really seem to be hearing your tokens or gestures of love. The man and the card could be you, or perhaps you are the one that is withdrawing in hopes of greener pastures. It's only greener where you water it. So if you're sitting there giving your time and attention to someone else, be like, you know what? Instead of giving my time and attention to someone else, how about I go give it to my partner? How about I sit there and, have a candlelight dinner with them and rekindle that romance? The message from this card in your day is, if your cups of love are not being filled, it may well be time to leave the emptiness of the shorelines and move on to a better and more beautiful thing. This card could also simply mean you need to escape a situation temporarily to clear your head and get some clarity on key love matters. I would definitely sit there and not, leave the family household or anything like that, but maybe like go on a man's fishing trip, or if you're a girl, go on a glamping trip, giving yourself some space and like letting you think clearly, because you definitely don't want to sit there and regret this decision. You don't want to make major decisions, especially during retrograde, and it ends up harming the whole family because at that moment you had a lapse of judgment. So we're going to some more oracle cards. There is no outside, there's no inside. Once the heart has become the ocean of life, it accommodates all things and all being. So we're talking a lot about heart and love and our household and like the sacred space. So I definitely do feel like they're really touching on relationships. Chiron in the sky, we're purging a lot of things. The emotions of vastness frees one from the sense of inadequacy. But I feel like it's like the emotions of vastness frees one from the sense of inadequacy. It's like what they're lacking, right? Maybe emotionally they feel you, but there's something lacking with them. Maybe like they don't work, or they fall short of something. They're saying they fall short. It looks like maybe because like they're not employed and everything rests on you. And I feel like because they emotionally show up for you, it's like that kind of overshadows their inadequacy to sit there, or maybe it's like sexually inadequacy, you know? Um, I'm trying to see if they're going to show me more. But I feel like there's a lack of something here, and I feel like that's what's causing a lot of problems. But it's like it's a conversation that needs to be had. You know, there's lots of things that you can do nowadays in shops, you know, without getting into much detail, that you can do to make up for that part of things. They're saying don't forget how important touch is. You know, remember that, like, you know, foreplay, touch, that's very important. So we're going to companionship, giving someone giving your sorry giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift, especially with children. We all think that, you know, there's a bird there that looks like a blue jay. It's a bluebird, but that's a message from the universe. Look, we have dragonflies. We mentioned them earlier. So um, I feel like this is especially with kids, but even our partners, giving them our time, you know, building them up. Elephants mate for life. And they actually do mourn when one of them pass away. They'll keep going every year. They'll go back to the place, like clockwork, like muscle memory. They'll go back to where they are, where their partner passed away, you know, to see if they're there or have come back. You know, so I definitely feel like this is like they're saying kindred spirits. So, you know, maybe this is what they're telling you. You guys are mated for life. So, like it or not, you're stuck with your partner. Come to a place of acceptance. Radical acceptance, and the now opening the flow. Funny enough, it kind of looks like they're that tower from earlier, right here, the tower, the top of their head there. So it's like coming to acceptance that this is your partner for life. So our last card is Divine Source, reconnecting hummingbirds, another positive omen. Help me know that all of my deepest needs will be met. So we keep getting that. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source of all, for all. So I feel like, you know, maybe there have been some hardships, and maybe that's what's playing like a role in this whole feeling insecure in this relationship, or maybe there's just, you guys are both just working really hard to sustain yourselves through this whole thing, and it's just like they're saying, like, you know, maybe you're not seeing any end to this, and they're showing late November, December that things will cool down for you. So hopefully you're able to seek counsel, like, you know, from like your parents or someone like you trust, like an uncle, or it looks like the male monarchs of the family. So maybe this is a male, or it could be female too, because they're saying the King of Cups, right? So I feel like they're bringing out a lot of positive attributes, especially with the companionship, saying giving your time is the best thing you can do. It doesn't matter about the flowers and the gifts. It's like spending time is the most important thing. So I definitely do feel like during this retrograde, our relationships, as Spirit has channeled to us, that you know, especially if two, is going to take, they're saying a beating, but I just feel like a lot of us are just, you know, kind of burning the candle at both ends, and it's just like, you know, we just need a break here. So them highlighting Thanksgiving, that is coming together of family, and hopefully you're able to get some other family time in there, you know, like, you know, game night or watching a movie together as a family, and or just, you know, telling the kids, like, you know, how about you guys stay in the room and watch a movie together? Me and mom are going to have a date night and light candles and have a nice dinner and just reconnect, you know, and just trying to make your way back to each other. It's just like, you know, I know you've been having a long go with things. It looks like, you know, the mom and dad are on the three-seater, and your feet are like crisscross, and it's like, you know, the man's massaging his wife's feet, showing like, you know what, I care. Like, I appreciate that you work and make it easier on me, so I'm not burning myself out, you know, trying to keep up with everything, and here you are working too, and I do appreciate everything you do. So that you guys can see eye to eye on a lot of things, you know. So hopefully you can find your way back to each other, you know. they're saying before it's too late, you know? Don't always think that the grass is greener somewhere else, because I guarantee you no one will love you as much as your partner, especially the fact that they're showing elephants and they mate for life. So I definitely feel like, you know, them highlighting twin flame, you know, Gemini, duality, going to the Lover's card of astrology answers, it's all about twin flame there. You know, they're showing like Adam and Eve, this person was meant for you. So don't be so easily to just give up because it's hard. It's just an ebb in life. It'll get easier. So I hope you guys enjoyed this forecast and projections for our last Mercury retrograde, starting September 27th till October 17th. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next Daily Tarot card. Bye.